This is where the fun begins.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Building and Chatting Podcast. Today, me and Skyrim are here to talk about episode 3 of Skeleton Crew.
Whoop whoop.
Jude Crew, as we would all say, the Law Crew, as we would all say now. But hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
So Skyrim, you want to just hop right into this episode?
Well, actually, before we talk about Skeleton Crew, thought it'd be kind of fun if we talk about other Star Wars news first. Did you hear?
Okay.
And I'm terrible with names, so I already forgot his name. But did you hear that there's going to be an actor playing Rada the Hutt in a future Star Wars project?
I did not see this.
So that's really cool because we have not seen Rada the Hutt. That's Jabba's son. We haven't seen him since that Clone Wars movie. So it's like, where the heck has he been this whole time? And I can't remember the actor's name, but he's apparently like really popular, like really famous. Like he's a good actor. So it's cool though to see that they have plans for Rada the Hutt again after all this time. I wonder if it's gonna have something to do with like maybe the Book of Boba Fett. But that'd be pretty cool. I was curious if you saw that. And then I also heard that the writers of Skeleton Crew, said that they are actually looking forward to the potential of being able to make a season 2. Initially, Skeleton Crew was kind of like one and done, but they're saying, well, if we get the approval to make a season 2, we can make it happen. We have plans, and it's going to be cool. So I'm like, that's awesome.
Well, that is great news. I thought they could because I have to say one thing real quick before we get into episode 3. This show still is holding my attention. I love this show. But it is still the same as when I finished episode 2 and episode 1 and 2. It is still making me hyped for the next one. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I think instead of just talking about how hyped we were because of this episode, let's just talk about it. Now, there is one thing we need to put up. Even though it was kind of an obvious reveal, me and Sky were right about one thing. We were right about one thing.
Just one?
Well, maybe a few things, but we got to get into that. But we were right that Jude Law is Silvo. He was the dude that broke into the Rebel ship in episode 1 at the beginning. He is
I think everybody was right. There's no way that wasn't obvious. Like, come on.
Yeah. I had to do it for the meme that we were right.
Yeah.
But yes, it was kind of obvious a little bit, but yeah, it was Silvo, or as we learn his name in this episode more, Crimson Jack.
Yeah.
I didn't know Crimson Toaster was in this, but all right.
I want to say hi to Copper real quick and then answer his question, then we'll continue. He says, is Jabba's son a fat slob like his dad? I mean, he's a Hutt, so probably, because not to be speciesist, but I'm like, all Hutts are giant slime boogers, right? Like slugs.
Yeah.
I hate Hutts. They're nasty. So
get the Hutts away from me.
So, but yeah.
But even though I bought that Jabba sail barge and it's a beautiful set, Jabba is a disgusting creature.
Yeah. He's literally just a giant booger.
Oh no!
Right?
Okay, the jetpack to play Jabba's son. Oh my god, bro. Dude, that's messed up,
Dang.
Copper. That's messed up.
I am Rada the Hutt. Yeah.
I am Boba Fett. We are Boba Fett. We are all Boba Fett. No. I am Din Djarin. You are Din Djarin. No, I'm joking.
Great episode of the show. I do think it was a little silly how they couldn't disconnect from the cable, like the gas pump or whatever. I'm like, really? It's like a flying ship and it can't. And so it was kind of fun though how he like wrapped around a bunch of ships.
And
Um,
then it made them explode together. You
yeah,
know
and
what?
then
Yeah, it reminded me of the Rogue One where they crashed two Star Destroyers together.
it was fun because it was like, all
Yeah.
right, man the cannon and shoot them. And like 50 seconds go by and it's still turning to look. That bugged me. I was like, why is it taking so long? And then of course they jump to light speed and then it shoots and it would have hit, but then it's like, oh, the ship's gone. It's oh my gosh, I didn't like that. I don't like when things try to be like suspenseful, but it's just like fire. Like I know I shouldn't want them to shoot, the main characters. It's like, why isn't the cannon shooting? It's looking at them. I didn't like that scene. I only had one other complaint. Get to that later because it's later in the episode. Um,
Yeah, but they basically the kids escape with the help of Jude Law,
mhm.
and then they're like, "Where's the robot?" And then he goes and saves the robot, and
Yeah,
then they find out, and then he gets all of the pirates caught on him, and that's when he goes back to the ship, and they yank off the fuel line and leave.
I actually, now that I think about it, I have three complaints about this episode: the canon, and then I'm so sick of this, and like it seems like Star Wars just does this every time now. They're trying to find these kids. I guess at this point there was no alarm going off, being like, "Oh, they broke out of the brig," but it's like, wouldn't somebody have recognized them? Like he had a cloak on, so he was like hidden, but the kids weren't. I was like, how come nobody knows? It was just weird to me. I didn't care for that too much. But then they got on the ship, and then he goes back for the droid, and it's like you can see him like struggling to like carry that thing because the droid probably weighs like at least 100 pounds, right? And then all of
Yeah,
a sudden he's like flying the thing. It's like, was there a jump there? Like that was fast, but it's not that big of a deal. It was still kind of cool. I
I
still
mean we
really like
can.
that Pirate Cove like little
Yeah,
asteroid.
and
It's
yeah,
just a fun concept.
yeah, and now the bounty or the pirates are after him,
Hmm.
and but yeah, but now they get onto the ship. Everyone's there. He says he has some friends, and they're going to go to her, but they wake the robot up, and they tell that they because they tell him that Jude lost a Jedi, and he rescued us, and our Jad Non Nawud or is what he called himself.
Yeah. Why is his name sound so realistic or like his real life name? It's kind of funny.
Jude.
Jod. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Jude. Is
But
that your? It's Jude Law. He's just in Star Wars now. Jude
yeah.
Law is part of the
I
universe now.
actually thought the character's name in the show was Jude. Jude Law.
Jude Law.
That's the actor's name.
But
Um,
no, Jod. Well, he just helps the kids escape, but he's eating some.
Jello?
He's well. It was like that. Like it looked like Rice Krispies he cooked in a pot, but
Wasn't it green? It looked like Jello.
it looks like blue stuff to me. But
I don't know. It looked like green Jello to me.
it looked like flaky stuff though. It looked like something with flakes in it too. So well maybe he was eating some blue milk Rice Krispie treats. There you go.
Mm.
But
Eh,
mm. But all the kids they want some. And then the robot says trying to steal something Jedi because he's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're a Jedi. I don't believe.
I don't think he is. I think
Well,
I think he at least can use the Force, but he's definitely not a Jedi. And I mean, I
well,
guess he kind of confirmed it, huh?
well. Near the end, he does confirm it.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get into that. But they may after the robot's like, I don't trust you, buddy. Jude Law's talking around, telling everybody they need to go to sleep. But the only one that's awake is the KB, like the one that has the visor on her head, the calculations girl. And she's like, "Bro, I don't trust you. You ain't no Jedi." He's like, "Trust. You gotta trust your gut, kid.
Trust your heart. Yeah. I don't
Trust."
think anyone trusted him, but the main character. What's his name? I'm bad.
Neil and
Neil.
Wim.
Thank you. Yeah, Neil and Wim. they're like
Wim.
kind of
Wim's the
gullible.
main character. Yeah,
They're
Wim's the
kind of like,
main.
oh sure, everything's fine and dandy and fun, and let's have an adventure, you know. So, and I mean,
Yeah,
he wants him to be a Jedi because he thinks Jedi's are cool. Um,
Jedi's are cool.
I guess can
uh,
manipulate stuff and move things with your mind.
well,
That's pretty
well,
cool.
well. I know when it comes to things, you support this man, right? You support. Just give me 1 second here. You support this man, right?
Yep. I mean, I like to tell people that Order 66 is my favorite holiday, Empire Day.
Empire Day. Yeah. Uh but so they go to the friends. He's like, she might try to backstab us, guys. Be careful.
Another asteroid. A lot of asteroids in this
Yeah,
show.
they went on like it's the observatory asteroid. It's like an observatory.
That was really
It's
cool.
no, it was really cool. And if and the Lego set's selling well, they better make at least one more Skeleton Crew set and have the Owls Observatory or Keeves
Wasn't her name Kim?
Observatory
Wasn't just Kim like a real life human name?
or Key. It was like
I
Key
thought it
or
was Kim.
something.
I don't know. I don't know what people are saying, but I really liked that owl character. I thought it was kind of cool.
No, it was. Yeah, it was.
I think we have seen owl characters in Star Wars before, so this isn't the first time. But she's a lot shorter and she can fly. I don't
Yeah,
know if you watched Star Wars Resistance, but there was an owl character in I think it was season two, maybe both seasons. But I don't think he could fly, and I don't, and he was a lot taller.
hmm.
But it was kind of cool. Um,
No,
you know,
the thing with Mevo is even though it might not be connected, there is another character that has a lot of owl imagery, and a character that me and Sky remember talking that it might connect to that show as well. Ahsoka has a lot of owl or type imagery with the planets and stuff.
oh
So
yeah,
may
well, Ahsoka's spirit animal is the owl or whatever
yeah,
that follows her around.
yeah. So maybe she's connected to these owl creatures somehow. We don't know. We don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah,
But they are looking for at 10 because and they finally confirmed it. Skyrim. She pulls the map down, and it is Old Republic. It's
hmm
a Old Republic planet, and they all vanish. So this means that this
all
planet,
but
what?
one.
Yep, this means that this planet was connected to the Darth Revan area of Star Wars. So does that mean are they setting up a Old Republic thing now, where we're getting where we're getting mentions of the Old Republic and its
Maybe,
time?
but then it got canceled because no one watched the Acolyte. Because it could very well be in that time frame. That was only 100 years before the
That was
Phantom
the
Menace.
that was the
High
High
Republic.
Republic.
Old Republic isn't canon anymore. It's High Republic, then regular Republic, then Empire, then New Republic, right?
Some of the Old Republic is so
Maybe.
we know Revan is canon.
Is he? Oh,
He was he is confirmed to
I
be
don't
in the
even know, man.
timeline. That's the thing. Just make the Old Republic books canon, Disney. What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
No, they want to make their own stories. And then they'll
Well,
kill him, and then he'll bring him back. Somehow Revan returned. No, I hope not.
somehow
I would
Revan
hope not.
returned. Yes, no, I'm
More like
joking.
Malik or someone like that. He would probably have to fight. Um,
No, the only one I trust to do it now, if they're bringing up all this Old Republic stuff, but we'll see. But it is, but like she thinks that John kidnapped the children, but he's actually just trying
she
to find.
speculated.
She speculated and called the rebellion and
At this
Crimson,
point, I guess it's the New Republic, huh?
the New Republic. But yeah,
Because they're like the new military of the galaxy. Because the Empire's gone. But
but there
that was
was
really interesting. How
yeah.
the lady said something about the war, and Wim was like, "What war?"
No,
So
they
they don't
all were
even
like
know. That's true. I
they
guess they all were. So they don't
yeah.
even know about the rise and fall now of the
Uh,
empire. So they've been disconnected. I mean, they probably weren't even born when like the empire was like first formed, right? Because
well,
they're only
yeah.
like 10.
But here's the thing too, is remember what they mentioned. They said we learned about Coruscant and Alderaan, but that's all they knew about. They just knew they didn't know there was
Sure.
like 10,000 planets and stars and all this stuff.
Coruscant is like the core of like the galaxy, right? It
Yeah,
was the heart of the Republic, and then the heart of the Empire, and now it's the heart of the New Republic.
yeah, but remember they were like we heard about Coruscant and Alderaan, and they said Alderaan missed the war, didn't you? And then they're all like, "What war?" That's how it
Mhm.
gets brought up.
That was probably like honestly my favorite part of the show. I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
excited to see them learn about like the Empire and stuff and be like, "What the
Hmm.
heck? We didn't even know this was happening." Because correct me if I'm wrong, but the Empire ruled for like 35 years, right?
Yeah, and the only reason she fully finds it is she scans the badge on Fern's backpack,
Hmm.
and that's how they find that the high student badge or whatever.
Kind of cool, just
It
nerd
was cool,
stuff.
but John's like, "You're stalling us," and she's like you don't trust me. And then he sees that they call the New Republic. He's like, "I got it. Let's go." And then the owl starts to fight with him. He punches the owl into some books and runs with the other kids. And
And
then
he tried
Kate,
shooting her too.
yeah, well, yeah, but KB also was the one to try and go and see if she was all right. And she says, "Be careful, and if you ever need anything, call me." So they might bring the owl back later in the season.
Hey, I just
To
met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
here's my number, so
Yeah,
call me maybe.
just saying. Um,
Oh.
I really liked that Al character. I hope we get to see her again, though.
Well,
Whatever her
yeah,
name was, I think it was like Kim or something, but I don't know. I don't remember. I'm terrible with names.
I think it was like Kiev. Is what I
Keith?
remember.
Yeah, that
Kiev.
sounds about right.
That's what I remember. It was like Kiev or Kiev. I remember that, but I remember that part. But then I think then the rest of it was them escaping from the new republic and then going into hyperspace.
Yeah, so that was probably like I know I was complaining about the cannon and the escape, but this was my biggest complaint with the entire episode. The X-wings were just like circling the asteroid, trying to find them, and they couldn't find them, and it took way too long. They were all outside arguing, like, "No, you can't get on the ship until you tell us who we are." While the X-wings are coming, and it's like they're still not here. Okay, they're still not here. It took way too long. The X-wing should have found them a lot sooner.
Well,
It
they
kind of
were.
took me
Well,
out of it a little. It was kind of annoying.
remember those two Skyrim. The X-wings are at the top of the planet, and they're down below in like a big ditch, like below the top. The
The
sun.
asteroid was well lit. You can't tell me that they couldn't see him unless they had the spotlight directly on him. Unless it was just for visuals, because like so you could actually see what's happening in the show.
I think it
It
was
looked
more
like the
visual.
asteroid was pretty well lit
Well,
somehow.
I think I don't even want to think about this comment from Copper earlier. If you guys are Boba Fett, then I'm the Bacta tank. No, I don't want to think about that. But all right, don't
I
want
didn't
to.
even see that.
That's I don't want to think about that, sir. But the next thing that happens is the X-wing Jod or Jude Law tells them how to shoot the cannons. And Fern's like, and he's like, you do this, KB, get on the hyperdrive. And Wim is like, don't worry, I've read about it. He's like, he's so excited. He's just like, I know. Like he shakes his head like he knows, and just hops in. And then they just start shooting at the X-wings, like not to
Terrible
kill them,
shots.
but well, they're kids that have never shot before, so
Yeah,
I can't fully blame them. But
but he
but
did hit the X-wing, not enough to like destroy it, but he was like, "I got him."
yeah,
That was funny.
it was like a pebble shot on it, but we got it.
I liked how they called the X-wings goons. Like they think that like they're evil or whatever, like working for her. It's like no, they're just the new government, the new order, But I was like, that's kind of funny. I enjoyed that.
But for like
Um,
kid,
I
but
do
for
like how they were like, we're not going to shoot down the ship because the kids are on board. That made it make more sense as to us. Like, well, why aren't the X-wings like taking down this ship? They were trying to be cautious
yeah,
because
they were trying to protect. Yeah. Oh, and that could be another thing too. Is even if they spotted the ship, maybe they wanted to make sure it was them, or if they would want to make sure they could see a ship by taking off or something. Like
yeah,
they were being cautious not to blow something up if the kids were inside. Maybe that could be it too.
hmm
But I but I really, but then the X-wing pilots to the Owl are like, or to Kiev are like, do you have any idea where they have gone? And she's like, if I told you, you would not believe me. So that means that the Republic, the new Republic, the Empire, and every other person, the pirates, the bounty hunters, they all believe it's a myth. They don't even believe in it.
hmm
So how in the heck is this planet still surviving? And there is one more thing that we learned. It was when they're in the ship eating their cereal or whatever the food he made was. They were counting and they figured out what does all of their parents work at, accounting for what are the calculations for what, and it was everything they found and drew back to that they're talking about they're all having jobs researching about the currency, the old republic tokens and all that.
yeah.
So this means that it's like shielded off from everybody, and that's kind of crazy. And
So
or what, or because doesn't the dad brings up the new republic, Lim's dad, and the families do.
I don't think so. They just call it the Republic, so they probably don't even know. Like
Or can't the republic
Like
do
they probably
something?
don't even know about the Clone Wars. If I had to guess, this was Republic before the Clone Wars, right?
I would say so.
So that's why they still believe in like the Jedi and the like Coruscant and stuff.
In
But
the
no,
story,
that
yeah.
droid said something about no authorization to like leave or enter the planet or communication leave or enter the planet. So they've been in the dark for this long. It's crazy.
Oh, that's true. We
They
can't
they probably didn't
communicate
even
with the.
hear they probably didn't even hear about the start or the end of the Clone Wars, which would have been at this point obviously a lot longer ago, but like that
Well,
would have
that
been
was
like the first
still.
like breaking point of like the wars.
Well, that's the thing because by the end of the original trilogy, that's like 20, 30 years ago was the beginning of the Phantom Menace and the Clone Wars. So it was like, well, yeah, about 30 years. I definitely say 30 years since that, or maybe 30, 40, but still.
The Clone Wars was 4 years, right? Or was it 3?
Well, from Phantom Menace to where Anakin grows up,
That was
and
12 years. Phantom Menace to Attack of the Clones, and then from Attack of the Clones to Revenge of the Sith, I want to say it was 3 or 4 years.
Clone Wars is in between that.
Yeah. Um,
Because the ending of Clone Wars literally connects to the end of Revenge of the Sith, so it's they're in the same time period.
yeah.
So I that's still in this where we are now, 5 years after, about 5 to 6, 7, maybe like 5 to 8 years after now.
But honestly, if I had to guess, the
Yeah.
kids, if they're about maybe 10, 12 years old, they were probably born 8 or 10 years into the Empire's reign. So, 10 years after episode 3.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I don't know. We'll figure more out. I'm excited. Do you think that the parents are gonna like band together and form like a rebellion, and they're gonna get off the planet, and that's going to have some part to play with figuring out more about the lore of Atten.
I don't think so because Jude Law, well, they have the coordinates too at 10.
Do they, or do they, or is this going to just be another piece of the puzzle, and it's going to lead them somewhere else to figure out something else to lead them somewhere else, and vice versa? Because I'm like, we're only 3 episodes in, and there's going to be, is it 8 or 9 episodes? So I'm like, they're not going to find Atten next episode. It's
Well,
going to take probably till the end of the show.
I believe there's 8, so that means that next episode is our halfway point for Skeleton Crew. Like it's the end of.
I think it's
Well,
safe to
yeah.
assume that one episode they're gonna run into the pirates, and the pirates are gonna either like board their ship or kidnap
I'd
them, or
I'd
they're gonna have
say
a
that's
rescue
4.
mission episode with pirates. And because they put a bounty on them, or I guess just Crimson
Silvo,
Jack,
Crimson
uh,
Jet, yeah.
do you think it's possible we might see a bounty hunter? If so, who would you want it to be?
Hmm.
Like Boba's out of the picture.
I could see Bubba. If not Bubba, I could see Finnick doing it for Bubba. Maybe I
Yeah,
don't know.
Finnick. I don't know because I'm like this is probably around the same time as like the Book of Boba Fett. So
It's like it's like after
so
Mandalorian and Book of
Cad
Boba Fett.
Bane's
Yeah,
probably out. I think it'd be cool to see Bosk. I don't know what he's up to, but that'd be kind of fun.
like Cat
Um,
Bane's dead.
yeah. Well, I don't think Cad Bane's really dead from Book of
Well,
Boba Fett.
well, if he still has another heart, then maybe. But
Yeah, nobody dies in Star Wars, even if you get stabbed by a lightsaber.
true,
But
true. Sabine,
I really do want to see Hondo though. That's like the only character that I'm
Hondo,
like.
yes.
I'm okay with just kind of like sitting back and watching the show and just letting it do its own thing. But if there's one thing that I'm like hopeful for, it's to see Hondo or at least get like a Hondo reference or something. So we'll see.
I think Hondo could definitely come out of it. Like he tracks him down, but then he sees there's the kids, and then he might do like a Hondo thing where he does do like he steals like something from them, but he also does help them. Maybe he will
Yeah,
help them. We will see. We will see. I'm excited for Hondo if that does happen.
I think the
But
the
the
New Republic will have a little bit more part to play in this
yeah,
story because
but the
now
thing
they're
I
hunting them too, right?
yeah, but the thing I love about this show is that there's no leaks. There's nothing we know about. This show is completely unspoiled right now. We don't know what is going to happen next. So I'm
hmm
very excited for that. Like
That
that,
keeps it more fresh, huh?
it does because to me, like even though like we've like watched Mandalorian and stuff like to me it was very obvious what was going to happen.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like once you introduce these villains, they're going to either die or they're going to get arrested. Like they,
hmm
they will not be in the picture anymore. But I really love the story of this movie. Or the story of this episode, sorry.
Series.
It feels like an original Star Wars movie, though it does.
It's nice. It's fun. It's got that same magic that I felt with the first season of The Mandalorian, where
Yes.
it's all
Yeah.
brand new, it's all fresh, it's all fun. You're excited for the next episode. I felt obviously that way about Andor too. With the only thing that ruined Andor for me was the fact that I was like, well, I know what his future leads, but you don't know anything about these characters or their planet or anything. Like apparently the galaxy doesn't even know about their planet. So, or rather how to get to it. They just think it's a myth, like a legend. So I'm like, that's really cool. I'm really enjoying the world building and the character development so far. And I still think the actors are doing a fantastic job. Because
Oh
I was
yeah.
worried with the child acting. I talked about this last week. Children acting, it's either really good or really bad. And I was afraid that they were going to be bad, but they're actually really good.
Really good actors for
They really are the
sure.
next Stranger Things cast of kids, because everybody likes the kids from Stranger Things, but they're all adults now, so it's crazy.
I know. They're They're our ages. Oh my god.
I don't actually know how old they are, but they're not kids anymore. So
No, they're. I think one of them is like my age.
wow,
Is it? It might be Millie or one or Mike.
Billy
I can't
probably time.
remember. I can't remember which one. I know one is around. I know one's like 20 or 21. So,
Okay.
but it's still crazy. But I really loved this episode. I feel like it was really good. But
What's your craziest theory right now?
craziest theory.
Or if maybe you heard it from someone else.
I haven't heard any theories. I haven't watched any theory videos about this one.
Oh, okay.
I've on because I've just been busy today with other things, so I haven't been.
Gotcha.
But I've been dealing with doing Christmas stuff. We've got our Christmas stuff put up and
Nice. I did that
doing.
on Halloween. Well, the day after, so November 1st. Crazy to think though, because it's like what December 11th, and it was like that was like over a month ago now, and
Well,
it feels like our
yeah,
Christmas tree's only been up for like 5 days. Well, the Christmas tree got put up after Thanksgiving. Actually, now I think about it.
yeah, but we did it a few days ago. Still, like about now, probably about 5 or so days ago now. It's been a bit, but
Yeah.
it's just like we're gonna leave it up to probably beginning middle of January. We always do that,
Yep.
but I really did like this one, and also the thing I love about this one is this is a good show to watch with like your family, and I'm so glad they released it at a family time Christmas. This
Hmm.
is a good show to release at this time. It
Yeah, we
is.
don't need to talk about the fact that it just got delayed and it was supposed to come out in January of this year. We don't need to talk about that. No, it's definitely better because that means they had more time to polish it up, fix maybe some stuff, tweak some things, and I agree it is a good time. Excuse me, a good time to release because Christmas break or whatever holiday maybe you celebrate and uh, family and all that. I'm not looking forward to the episode coming out on Christmas Eve just because I'm like that's weird. I mean, I'll be able to watch it, but if we try to do one of these videos, it's going to be weird. We're probably gonna have to do
Yeah,
it like
we
a day or
might.
two late.
Or like record it on Christmas Eve. Yeah,
Maybe we can. I don't know. We'll figure something out, but we
yeah,
might have to make the video just as a video and then post it on like the 26th or something. So we'll
yeah,
cross that bridge when
because
we get there. We don't have to worry about that next week, but then the week after.
we'll definitely have a Christmas episode up. Don't worry.
Cool. But
But
yeah, all in all, I would say that this. I know it's kind of early, but this was probably my least favorite episode. I definitely liked the first two more, but I still really enjoyed this episode. If I had to rate it, I think I would give this episode a 7. It was still really good though. I really did enjoy it.
I gave it a 9 last time.
Are you gonna give this episode a 9 too?
Yeah,
Just
no.
999. No,
No,
no, no.
no. That's a BC thing to do. That's not me. But
No, you're just saying no 3 times in German because 9 means no.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Shut up.
It's a BC thing to do. Yeah, yay. But no, I honestly probably would give this one. I did really enjoy it. I loved actually seeing Jude Law. He's been in all the marketing, but he's only in it for the last part of 2 and 3. Now I'm in all of 3 now, so I enjoy his character a lot. I think there's a lot to be explored with him.
Yes.
But to
I want to know
me,
more about his backstory and where he comes from.
to
We might get a
me,
flashback episode. I'm sorry, continue.
no, yes, sorry. But to me, like we said, like we went over it pretty quickly. Like they go to the pirate planet, then they go to the observatory, and then and then they escape, and that's like the end of the episode. But these are like 30-minute episodes. They're not
Yeah,
all.
it was kind of a shorter episode because like you can't count the intro and the recap and then the end credits. So I think in total the episode was probably about 35 maybe minutes. I know it sounds
Yeah,
like a long time, half an hour, but it goes by fast. So
it goes by fast. But the thing is it was in it. But also, I love a show, even at 30 minutes, like that keeps you hooked in like this. Like I was hooked. Like I was still like I don't want this to end. I want it to keep going.
Hmm.
And as soon as they hyper speeded out of there, I'm like, oh gosh, they're going into space. Let's go. And then they're like, we're done. I'm like, whoa, no.
Yeah.
But when the show does that to you, you know it's good. You want more. You don't want less.
Hmm.
So I this is not a 9, but I do want to give it. I'm going one higher than you. I think it deserves an 8. I think that's 8 is fair. It because it to me it was so very good,
Yeah.
but I would have wanted to. I know they're making it more of a family show, but honestly, I wanted a scene where we just saw Jai going John Wick mode before he escapes in the pod with the droid. Because when the alien says, or I could call out the bosses, and then he does. We know that Jude Law did some John Wick stuff to get out of there. He was shooting people or something.
Yeah.
So I wish we could have seen that because the droid did it, so we could have Jude Law do it. But besides that, and maybe uh for being a big threat or one of the bigger threats, and I feel like the escape too was a little easy after this guy literally captured him and they all were holding him in jail. I think the escape was a little easy, but maybe he is a force user that can manipulate people. Maybe he is. But he didn't say I'm a Jedi, so I can use the force.
Yeah. Well, I do.
I
I do. And I thought this too. Like, um, and they confirmed it in the show. He's like, well, why haven't you tried escaping on your own? If you're a Jedi, and it's like, well, because I don't have a ship. So why would I bother trying to escape? Where would I go? You know.
yeah.
I thought about that too. I was like, why doesn't he try to just leave before the kids show up? And it's like, well, because where would he go? Plus, he was probably only in the break for like a day or two. Um, because the beginning of the first episode is like when they turn on him because he led them to an empty vault.
Yeah.
Somehow he was supposed to know.
Yeah, but it's interesting that this man goes by like 3 different names. So what is his real name? We will find out.
Yeah, I'm also curious how come he recognized the what's the ship called? Is it called the Onyx Cinder?
Yeah, the Onyx Cinder. He's like,
He
not
he
that trash or
he
whatever.
recognized it, right?
Are
So I'm wondering
are
if he knows who used to
or he says
own it.
not that ship, or maybe he
But the
was.
droid doesn't remember him, so maybe I feel like the droid would remember him, right? Unless he lost his memory.
But I think he saw it because it looked like maybe trash or something. But he was like, not that. Is that your ship? Like maybe dismayed by it, or maybe he didn't know who it was, or what
I
ship it
don't know.
was. But I don't know. I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. Because I mean, that has something to do with
Wait,
Adam,
here
right?
we go.
Unless it just crashed on there.
Yeah, I can never figure out why Jedi's don't use their mind chips to escape. Like, this is not the Jedi you want. Let him go. Ugh.
It only
Well,
works on the weak-minded, right? And so
yeah,
Star Wars is very weird about what's weak-minded and what's not. But usually, I think it's just soldiers that are weak-minded. So like, probably wouldn't work on pirates, wouldn't work on bounty hunters, but it can work on stormtroopers, right? So
and we don't even
basically,
know.
just non-main characters or um, someone that's like supposed to be a threat.
Yeah, but it did seem like he was like making it to where they could get out very easily. So maybe he does have some sort of force power, but nothing like very powerful. You know?
Well, unless he does have like a magnetic like thing or something like a way to like pull things to him. He did levitate the key, but that doesn't
Yeah,
mean he's a Jedi. He might just be able to use the Force, like a gray Jedi or something. Like he might know how to tap into the Force, but and maybe that's to the extent. Maybe that's why he doesn't try Jedi mind tricks and stuff. Is that's maybe a bit more too
Yeah,
advanced. I don't know.
but they were walking through the crowd of like were looking for him, and then he got them through there like super easy, and they didn't even notice it was him. So or
Yeah,
them. So
that
that
bugs me.
but why? But does he have a mind trick thing? Is he tricking people, or no, that's the thing I was thinking about. Or did he just blend in with people?
Yeah,
But I
because
don't know.
it also bugged me on how he got back on the ship with the droid, because there was just a cut, and it was like, because that alien dude that was talking to him was like, well, I'm gonna have to report you because I'll get in trouble if I don't. And then it flashes to him on that like little ferry, like flying
Yeah.
to a ship, getting shot at, and it's like, how did he carry the droid that has to weigh at least 100 pounds? And was he getting shot at that? Like, I don't know that. That's why I said this episode is probably my least favorite. It seems like there was like maybe two plot holes and just things I didn't care for, but I still really enjoyed the episode.
No, it's an 8 out of 10, and like we already talked about, like the two things with that, we were just like, we just already talked about, and that's why like it's not a 9 like that last week for me. It's an 8, but and it's for Sky a 7, but that's still 7 and 8 is still good for a show. It's just
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's
in my opinion, it's my least favorite episode out of the three, but it's still a fantastic episode, if that makes sense. Like this,
great
the series
episode.
is still fantastic.
Now, here we go. Copper says one more thing. Of course, if the Jedi were that good, they would have told George Lucas, "You do not need any more trilogies." No, no, hold on.
Correction: you do not need to sell to Star Wars.
Or sell to Disney? You mean? You said
Yeah,
sell.
don't sell to Disney. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
wait. How does he sell to Star Wars and he owns it?
Don't be a sellout. Don't sell it yourself. I don't know. Yeah, no, don't sell to Disney.
But yeah, don't.
Then we wouldn't have Skeleton Crew right now. Some pros and cons, right?
Yeah,
Somehow
yeah, but
Palpatine returned
somehow Vader returned. Oh shit! No, no, I'm joking. But
someday.
I mean, but the thing I can say is I was debating this with people last night um about things, or maybe this more no last night after Skeleton Crew and stuff, but I was in some of the Lego group chats and Lego thing. I was just debating about, and I said all of Star Wars is pretty good right now. That's the only ones I said that were like terrible were the sequels, Young Jedi Adventures, Acolyte. Those are like the worst shows and worst things they've come out with. But
I actually
besides
like
that,
Acolyte.
but for me, I didn't really care for it. But and most people didn't either. But
Yeah.
overall, besides like what 3 or 4 things, it's like all the rest of it I thought was good, or you know, it's not bad. It's not bad Star Wars. It's all good, and the one thing I'm super excited for, and listen, I love Skeleton Crew, and I think this show should get a second season if it ends well. But I don't remember. Is the next one a Christopher Ford directed or John Watts directed?
I have no idea.
I
Don't ask
don't.
me that. Sorry.
No, I know, but I think Bryce Dallas Howard is the one on Christmas Day, so that one will be good. I think the Bryce Dallas Howard does good with her episodes. I'm excited for that one
I mean,
because
directors get all the credit. Like the show,
yeah,
the writer gets more of it. It's not like
yeah.
they each individual director wrote the episodes too.
No, no, I know that. No, it's made by Christopher Ford and John Watts, who are the writers.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the directors of those episodes bring the writers' vision to life.
Hmm.
And
In the
Bryce Dallas
volume,
in the volume,
probably.
but no, Bryce Dallas Howard's episodes have always been really good. So I'm excited
Hmm.
to see what her episode contains.
Yep.
Because she's the one that introduced Cara Dune into the Mandalorian. But that was her first directorial debut in Star Wars, was the
Hmm.
ATST Raider. which was really good.
One of my favorite Mandalorian episodes.
Hmm. And then I can't remember which one in season 2 she did, but I thought it was one of the ones with Bill Burr. Maybe it's one where he took off his helmet and, but I can't remember. But it's
Wasn't it the one with the mud tanks and like like they had to dress up like as the stormtrooper pilots or whatever they're called. I could be
that's what
wrong.
I was talking about. That one.
Yeah.
That one's really good too. Yeah.
It might not be, but I feel like it is. And
What?
I'm pretty sure she directed the episode of The Mandalorian, that, or I'm sorry, the episode of the Book of Boba Fett that
We're not
had the
off yet.
Mandalorian in it. Which it just felt like Mandalorian
Yeah.
season 2.5 because that
No.
was before season 3.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank you. Hey, Skyrim, I want to show you something. No, but I heard you, man, and I
yeah,
agree
I
with
was
you.
talking to the audience while you were talking to your wife. 'Cause it's the
No,
beauty of having
she
a co-host, right? One of
no,
us can keep the stream going.
she brought me some chocolate.
Yeah, Hershey's
Yeah, I got some Hershey's chocolate.
cheap ass chocolate.
Hey,
I don't think Hershey is nearly as good as people hype it up to be. It tastes like cheap chocolate to me because I've had the really good stuff before.
oh
So
well, no, I mean compared to like something like really good, high quality and good,
yeah,
especially the really high quality Christmas chocolates, ain't no comparison.
well, we're American, and America's hyped up to be like, oh well, we got the best food in the world and blah blah blah. But I'm like, that is so not true. Like Europe has better chocolate than we do.
That is very. I
We're
love
the
a
ones that
European.
love chocolate, so it's weird. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but we're
You're
supposed to be
no,
talking about
you're
Star Wars, not chocolate.
no. I'm a huge like. I love like the besides Star Wars, and I've talked about my obsession with one more show. That's sci-fi. Um. Uh. Doctor Who. I'm a huge like. I
Who?
love the Doctor Who. Doctor
Who?
Who.
Yeah.
Who is the
I
Doctor
wanted to
Who?
make that joke about the owl
Yeah.
lady, but I forgot. When you mentioned her, be like, who? It'd be kind of funny, right?
Doctor Who? Yeah, yeah.
Someone in here is possessed by an owl. What is happening?
Give me that. I'm
No.
I'm putting myself on camera, Sky.
We're trying to
There.
do we're trying to do a professional stream, and here comes his wife messing us up.
I
How
don't care.
dare she? This
There, I'm
is
on.
the way.
This is the way. I'm on camera now. That's me.
Cool.
But I think we can end.
Yeah, I
We got-
think we covered pretty much everything about this episode.
No.
Um, so we'll see what happens next time. I'm excited to see where they go. I don't think they're gonna find Atten for quite a while though. I think the next episode's gonna lead them to another piece of the puzzle, and now
Or
the New
yeah.
Republic and pirates are looking for them. Like each episode seems like they're gonna make more and more enemies. Although I guess technically the New Republic probably didn't see them as enemies, but they're kind of like the cops of like the Star Wars universe, and they might think that this guy, kidnapped these kids. So
Hmm.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Kidnapping's not good. So
Yeah. We don't need. I'm not making that joke.
yeah. So, but I'm excited for episode 4. I wish it was sooner. Um, but
It's
we'll see.
next Tuesday.
I think some people might disagree with me on this, but I think this show has the potential to be like the next Mandalorian with the hype and everything. Maybe not in terms of like the fandom. Like it seems like not as many people are talking about this show. A lot of people are sleeping on it, which I think is a mistake. If you're on the fence about the show, but for some reason you're still watching this, go watch it. I recommend it. Even if you only watch like 20 minutes and then you're like, yeah, it's not for me. Give it a try. It's worth it.
No, it
But
is
I
worth
think
it.
it's really good so far, and I'm excited to see what happens next.
Uh,
So,
no,
but
but yeah, I'm excited for episode 4, and I agree with you that this could be the next big show. I do agree with that.
Mhm.
because the biggest ones in the fandom for really loving were the biggest ones were Andor and Mandalorian. People also love Bad Batch as well,
Yeah.
but
People
to,
slept on Andor too, though, and in my opinion,
yeah,
as of right now, Andor is the best Star Wars show, and people
it
slept on
is.
that. Kenobi got more views, and Kenobi sucked.
Um, yeah, it does suck. We've talked about this before we end. We are going to do someday a Kenobi, a Kenobi, talk through about Kenobi, and we're just
My
gonna try.
my TED talk of me ragging the Kenobi series from start to finish. I'll just go over each and every individual frame by frame, tell you why I hate each and every individual. No, I do not like
No,
Kenobi. It's my least favorite Star Wars show. I like the
Skyrim,
Acolyte more.
Skyrim, you gave me the perfect idea. Me, Billy, and chatting whatever number. Mine and Bounty Hunter and Skyrim's TED talk about Kenobi. That's what we need to do. That'd be
That's gonna be
hilarious.
a 10-hour stream because I got a lot to say. No,
Listen, it might go for 3, but no, I'm joking.
probably not.
No, but gosh, the TED Talk on Kenobi, where we just get all our anger out about Kenobi, would be the funniest thing ever.
Kenobi. Kenobi. Yeah, I feel like Maul. I
Kenobi!
hate Kenobi.
Yeah, I'm like Maul too. I did not like that Kenobi show. Well, you know what I noticed? They turned all of us into Darth Maul with that show. They made us
Or
hate
Vader.
or Vader. Yeah, they made
Anyone
Vader.
that hates Kenobi, right? There's
Vader
a lot
shouldn't
of
have
enemies.
even been there. You know what would have been cool? I know it would have been kind of like anticlimactic if it happened in Rebels because he was still tracking Kenobi down the whole time. But why couldn't we have had it to where like they don't meet, but have it to where you get Maul closer and closer to finding? You know what Kenobi should have been? You should have had Maul. It should have been Kenobi protecting Luke, but Maul finding him. And that final episode, it recreates the Rebel scene in live action. Ezra's there with Maul and everything, and Kenobi kills Maul. That would have been the perfect ending. For,
Yeah.
but they
Kenobi not
did.
existing would have been pretty perfect, in my opinion.
No, Kenobi. Listen, Kenobi not existing and having a better story would have been the best thing for that show.
It shouldn't have been so much about Leia, but I really do think if we're going to talk bad about it, we should save it for its own video.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
should
yeah,
probably end here.
yeah.
Because I'm out
But
of things
no,
to talk about episode 3 of Skeleton Crew. What was the name of the episode? I don't even remember.
I don't think I even saw it.
Episode 3.
Jude Law's finally here. There you go. That's the
Yay!
name.
Jude Law.
Jude
Epic.
Law.
Very epic. Yeah.
John the Jedi. There.
Yeah.
But
It
he's
was
not
fun. So.
but he's not actually a Jedi. He's just a lonely man making his way for the universe.
Mm-hmm. Jango Fett right there.
Yep.
The
But
Jango Fett.
dude, but yeah, you know, it would be cool if Boba somehow appeared, but I don't think he will, unfortunately. But
Maybe for season 2. I don't know. Because season 1 seems like they know what they're doing, which is great for Star
no,
Wars. Star Wars
oh
needs
my
that.
god, that's the one thing I wanted to say about this show. Skeleton Crew is so good because, people that want to make more Star Wars movies, they had a plan. They had a plan.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean, they say they
god,
have the writers say that they have a plan for season 2 if they get
yeah.
permission to do so, and they're accounting for the fact that the kids are going to be older, and they said they're going to work that into the story, so that they really have a plan. Unlike the movies, somehow Palpatine returned. Need I say
Well,
more?
yeah, because but with the sequels, Snoke wasn't supposed to die, and that's why that happened.
I don't think
So
anyone. Yeah, they don't even know. But do you want to end here?
yeah, we'll end here. We'll talk about the sequels in Kenobi another day, but we will talk to
Mm-hmm.
you. we will talk to you all for actually this weekend because we have a few buildings. I'm building some Christmas stuff this weekend. I'm building and chatting. Yay! We have some holiday stuff coming this weekend, but also tomorrow, Thursday, we have a Christmas movie review coming out because I pre-recorded it.
Nice.
But I think it was before Vader or the Bush Leia. I pre-recorded 2 episodes. One was yesterday's, Moana 2. Go watch it if you didn't see that episode. But also tomorrow we have Red 1, which came out in theaters like right before Thanksgiving, but just I saw it like Thanksgiving week, got to it now, but
Nice.
yeah. That episode is coming out tomorrow. Red 1 got a Christmas movie review. And I'll give one hint. I kind of liked it, but you got to see the rest of the review to see why. But Sky Ren, do you want to say anything? You want to say subscribe to my channel or something like that?
Sure, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Help out a lot.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to Copper for the wonderful comments and for watching, and the cool PFP. I like that. The little Toothless with the Christmas hat. That's a fun. I think that's supposed to be Toothless.
It looks like Toothless. It looks like my boy. Toothless.
Very epic. And if you would like to check out my channel and maybe go watch my newest episode of ASA, episode 134, maybe ask a question or two if you want, So maybe get to learn a little bit more about me if you're interested. I mean, I got googly eyes on my stormtrooper, so that's pretty cool, right?
Beautiful googly
I
eyes.
got a carrot nose right now. I'm a snowman.
Yes, and I am a Santa Lorian. But we but yeah, like Skyrim said, subscribe to Building and Chatting this channel. Leave some comments if you like this episode. But yeah, we will see you tomorrow for the premiere of Red 1 and this weekend for more live buildings. But if you're interested only in Skeleton Crew, we will be back next Wednesday for the next episode.
For episode 4.
Episode 4. So
Woo-hoo.
thank you
Halfway
all.
there.
They fly now? No.
They fly now.
But we will talk to you all later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.